Baby, are you in there? I'm coming in, okay? Baby, Babe. What do you mean, what? You're still here. Yes, I know that's your desk. But we agreed earlier that you would be away from it by now. Especially with it being this late. You were supposed to be done hours ago. Did you even stop to take a break since then? You know, I'll know if you lie to me. Yeah, I thought so. You keep pushing yourself to finish everything as quickly as possible that you don't even give yourself enough time to breathe. You know that only makes things worse, right? I mean, not to mention you don't eat when you're like this. And a lot of what you drink is just caffeine to keep yourself going. And for what? So you could wake up tired the next morning and then have to drink more caffeine to do it all over again? Baby, I'm worried about you. You've been like this all week, and it's like every day you're more tired than the last. We hardly get to spend any time together because you're so focused on whatever this is. But it's killing you. I can see that it's killing you. I know that you think you can just work a little bit longer. You want to keep pushing just a little bit harder. But do you ever think that maybe it's about time for you to rest? If not for me, at least for yourself. Because this isn't getting any better the longer you keep pushing it this way. You may not see it because you're too sucked into your work, but you look so tired. That's why I told you to actually take a break today. But you're still sitting in the same spot I left you in. Can't any of this wait until the morning? Or better yet, can you take a day off? I know it's not that simple. Now, I get that you have deadlines and, there's other projects you want to work on. And you feel like you have to balance everything on this delicate scale, or it's all going to fall apart. But the problem is that you are going to fall apart. If you never decide to step away from that desk and give yourself the time to breathe, then you'll collapse before any of this ever gets done. Or worse, you could get through it all and cause a longer lasting burnout for any other project you actually want to work on for fun. This isn't healthy for you. It's not healthy for anyone. And maybe if all this workload is killing you this much, then it might be time for you to decide on your own to put less work on your plate. Whether that be to tell someone off or tell yourself off. I don't think things should continue to stay like this. I can't sit here and watch you destroy yourself for the sake of something that isn't as important as your life is to me. You're still looking at that project like that's a question. Like you actually think it's worth continuing to destroy yourself over. Does it really mean that much to you to actually finish it? To somebody else? Or do you just feel that obligated after working this long that you have to do it instead of being able to walk away? The fact that you can't answer me means that there isn't a good enough excuse to convince me that it's worth your time. I'm sorry, but you don't look like some great decider of world peace. You're not some superhuman who is the only one tasked at saving a ton of lives from a dangerous situation. You are a person, a living, breathing human being. You wouldn't treat an animal like this, or even another person. So why do it to yourself? I don't know who or what taught you that you weren't good enough and needed to work more for it. But that is absolutely not true. You don't need to break yourself over and over again for things like that. Because I promise you, it will work out, whether or not this actually gets finished. And you will be physically and mentally fine by the end of it because you didn't have to push yourself over the edge to finish for the sake of finishing. You just need to take care of yourself. You're the first person that should be taking care of you. With or without me here. Because your body knows and tells you what you need long before I do. I can only see what you show me on the outside, but your body tells you what you need on the inside. And if it's that bad that you can't even mask that you're this tired on the outside, then I can only imagine how it actually feels for you in that busy head of yours. You must be so exhausted, baby. Hey, no, look at me. I know you're still thinking about that project, even through all of this. I know all of these things are still buzzing around in the back of your brain about what you need to do next and how many steps it'll take to do whatever. But I'd rather you focus on me right now, okay? I'm what's important right now, nothing else. Now, can you give me your hands? Thank you, darling. Now, we're going to stand up, okay? No, no thinking, no back talk, no nothing. We're just going to stand up first. There you go. Yeah, I know, your legs probably hurt a little bit, don't they? That's what happens when you don't take care of yourself for a while. But this whole project thing doesn't need to be an obsession. Work also requires time away, and you've been depriving yourself of that for far too long. Now, we're going to go out into the living room. No, I'm not letting you fight me on this for even a second, okay? You can pout all you want, but we're going. Now, come on. All you're going to do is just sit on this couch, and I'll take care of the rest, okay? I'm going to get you something to drink, so stay there. Here, I just grab some water real quick. Is that fine? Okay, good. There you go, baby. Drink as much as you need. You've earned something that's not full of sugar or caffeine like everything else in your room. Hey, don't look at me like that. You know I'm right. Now, come lay your head down on my lap, okay? I'm sure you haven't actually laid down since that 4 hours of sleep you got this morning? Yeah, and then you sat and worked on this project all day, even though it was your day off. I mean, you had nowhere to go, nothing that needed to be immediately done, but you decided it was a good idea to burn yourself out even more instead of knowing how to take a break, right? Yeah. Just lay down so you don't have to look at me. I get it. And now that I have you trapped here, I can sit and pet your hair all I want to. I do know how much you like it when I do. You know, I do understand what it's like. Having to think that you need to get something done, no matter what it takes. Because you think that it'll be fine by the end and you'll have the satisfaction when you're done. A lot of time to do nothing. But your brain gets so used to working in that state that you'll constantly only work at that pace. And it goes into another loop that you trap yourself in for a long time. Just burning yourself out. Over and over. You know, like I said, you're allowed to take breaks. Because even now you're still holding it in while laying down. You're so wound up from wanting to get work done that you don't know how to feel otherwise. And so your shoulders are scrunched up so high every day. Your jaw is constantly locked into place. You even stopped looking excited to do things because all you can think about is getting back to your desk to figure out what needs to get done next. Your body is always stuck in this place where you feel obligated to work, so you either work too hard and burn yourself out, or don't do anything because you are too burnt out. And even if it's for me, we can never just sit here and have this nice time together. Work is somehow always more important, and something you always need to get back to, instead of just letting the air settle. You're so important to me, you know. I know that I might not say it enough, but you are so important. And watching you do this to yourself hurts me too. But I know that's not really what you want to hear when you're already hurting. But I would rather you be aware that you're not only being self-destructive to yourself, but to the people around you too. We all want to see you happy and rested and actually enjoying all of the little things in life. And this one project, or even a series of projects, that isn't all that life has to offer. You can still do all of those things and be rested. And if you keep deciding not to, then I will keep dragging you out of that room more and more often until you can't work on it at all. I mean, maybe then you'll actually see how little importance it has to do with the majority of your life. Because if you destroy yourself over one thing and have no energy to do anything else, then to me, that sounds like the worst trade-off you can make. The right people aren't going to leave you for taking a break. A lot of others will actually understand if you postpone something for the sake of yourself. You'd be surprised with how much support you'd get by simply taking care of yourself first. Because people stay around you when they like the person that you are, not the person you have to force yourself to be. Even if your future projects take a little bit longer, or you do one fewer every so often, you'll end up happier. And the work you do will have so much more love in it than ever before. So let's not try to keep doing things like this, okay? Or you will never hear the end of it from me. And just for the record, you're sleeping out here tonight. Shh, no, 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 no. Don't move your head. Let me keep petting you. You're sleeping out here because apparently I can't trust you not to overwork yourself otherwise. This way, you can sleep away from your work, and you can wake up the same way. And I'll make sure you eat and drink properly in the meantime, until you're allowed to go back. Yes, I know you need to go back to it soon. I'm not going to keep you forever, but I'll do my best to keep you for as long as I'm able to. And that is a promise. And that's the end of that script. And I feel properly called out, as I'm sure a decent amount of you do as well. I know that there's quite a few people in my community that have experienced quite a bit of burnout, especially this time of year. So I hope this helps remind you that you are important. You're important to me, as parts of my community, and my viewers. You guys allow me to do this, so it's important to me that you take care of yourselves as well. Because you can't watch any more of my videos if you're not around anymore. But thank you for watching, and please leave a comment down below. Let me know how this made you feel. And, of course, like the video, subscribe, hype it. Still not entirely sure what that does, but hey, it's there. Go for it. And, of course, check out my links in my card, and check out the author of this script as well. I think they deserve quite a bit of credit for creating something that really should touch so many people. Otherwise, I got nothing else for you. And I will simply say, thank you, and good night, my darlings.